What's up, everybody? My name is Kyler Peer, and I'm your 2021 Vice Chief of Activities. So around this time every year we have Winter Banquet, but obviously this year things are different. We can't have an in-person banquet, but we didn't want to let the winter months go by without saying anything to any of you guys. So without further ado, this is the 2021 Virtual Willow Pink Lodge Winter Banquet, and I will pass things over to Garrett so you can start.
Good evening. Please join me in reciting the obligation of our order. I do hereby promise, on my honor as a scout, that I will always and faithfully observe and preserve the traditions of the Order of the Arrow, Wimoktindink, Wingalasik, Wetamoe. I will always regard the ties of brotherhood and the Order of the Arrow as lasting, and will seek to preserve a cheerful spirit even in the midst of irksome tasks and weighty responsibilities, and will endeavor, so far as in my power lies, to be unselfish in service and devotion to the welfare of others.
Something that we've never really done as a lodge is do a proper introduction of our LEC. Every year at Fall Fellowship we elect an LEC, but not all, this year not a lot of people got to see that. And even after the elections, there's still tons of appointed positions that not a lot of people really see. So we thought this year, in the video, it would be a good idea to give a formal introduction of our LEC members. So here they are.
My name is Garrett McMillan, and I've been on the LEC for the past 5 years. This past year, as well as the current year, I've been the Lodge Chief for the Willow Pink Lodge. As Lodge Chief, I'm much like a CEO of a company where I oversee my LEC, or Lodge Executive Committee, where each month we meet and plan all of the events for the year and try to get everybody to have a good time. Everything is ran by the youth, so I'm the head of our lodge, the head of our organization, and I represent us whenever we're ever at a national place or section or regional. For a fun fact about myself, I am trying to be an electrician this year, and if I become an apprentice, then that's what I will do for the rest of my life. So that's actually, I have a test coming up this week, so that'll be very entertaining, and we'll see where I go with that. If it wasn't for the opportunities that I've had through Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and through Order of the Arrow, I don't believe that I would be where I am today. And I just want to let all of you know that if there are dreams or there's something out there that you want to do that you don't think is attainable, trust me, I didn't think that I would be where I am right now 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 3 years ago. So if there's something that you're really wanting to do, you should strive for it and you should go with it, because there's a lot of things that I've done that I never thought I would do, and you can be great.
Hi, my name is Logan Brown, and I am the 2020-2021 Vice Chief of Administration. Back in 2018, I was the Rail Splitter Chapter Chief, and that's where I began my whole LEC. That's where I started to be more active. I was, in 2016, selected to be an ordeal, and that's when I was introduced to OA, but it wasn't until my brotherhood that I truly gained an interest into being a leader by being a part of the LEC. In 2018 to 2019, I was the Rail Splitter Chapter Chief, and I gained a lot of experience there, being able to talk with different troops, and it was an enlightening experience. Not only doing that, but also talking to LEC members and being able to be in the know-how of what goes in and out. 2019 and 2020, I became the Vice Chief of Administration. I learned really what it was to be a full leader by being a Vice Chief of Administration, by being over the chapter chiefs, and it was just a start. But this year, 2020, 2021, I'm really able to put myself out there by continuing being a Vice Chief of Administration, and I'm really enjoying it.
My name is Dighton Curl, and this is my 3rd year on the LEC. I'm serving as the Vice Chief of Inductions for Willow Pink Lodge this year, and my job is to oversee Inductions Weekend in the fall and any inductions that happen at Spring Fellowship. And I work with the Ceremonies Director the Brotherhood chairman, the Alingamat chairman, and the Vigil chairman. And a fun fact about myself is I have been working as an Alingamat or Alingamat chair for 8 inductions now.
Hey, my name is still Kyler Peer, and I'm still the Vice Chief of Activities. This is currently my second year on the LEC, and what I do on the LEC as Vice Chief of Activities is I work to set up events for the year. Things like the Merit Badge Fair, the Tradery, Winter Banquet, our 2 fellowships, Possum Palooza, and any other events we may have throughout the year. Some fun facts about me are that I like to collect things. Anything from like comic books to vinyl records. I love collecting things.
My name is Caitlin Dickey, and I am your communications chair for the LEC. This is my first year serving on the LEC. One awesome
Possum!
thing about being communication chairman is that I'm able to get information out to the public via social media or newsletter. One favorite candy that I have is M&Ms.
Hello, I am Will Newton. I have served on the LEC for 2 years. I am currently the chapter chief for Arrowhead. So this means that I help run the elections for all of the units inside of the chapter. I also am a liaison to the troops from the Order of the Arrow. And I also plan a fundraiser and a service project every year during my term. An interesting fact about myself is that my nickname is Fig due to my last name being Newton, like a Fig Newton bar. I am looking forward to coming to all of your units to meet you and run your elections. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Thomas Smith. I'm currently serving as Red Hot Chapter Chief on the LEC. This will be my second year serving on the LEC. The main thing I do is host my chapter's Order of the Arrow elections. I'm from Robinson, Illinois. I've been active in Scouts for many years, and I'm currently striving towards my Eagle Scout.
Hello, my name is Saber Curl. This is my first year on the Lodge Executive Committee. I am the secretary, so my job is taking the official minutes of the meetings. Fun fact about me is that I like the more extreme activities like rock climbing, rappelling, ropes courses, American Ninja Warrior courses, go-kart racing, things like that. I am hoping to add indoor skydiving to the list very, very soon.
Hi everybody, I'm Blake Gardner and I'm the current ceremonies director for Willow Pink Lodge. I've been on the LEC for about 4 years now, holding positions, in Alingamat, in service, and in ceremonies. So I've been pretty active in the past few years. My position is really just to make sure all the ceremonies run smoothly. I pick the parts and I hand them out and I get them their scripts and I make them do the ceremony. I work very closely with about everybody in the lodge because everything kind of runs with the ceremonies. And you'll see here in a little bit one of our winter banquet ceremonies actually going on. And a fun fact about me is I like to drive fast.
Hello, my name is Gabe Owens. I am the current service chair for the LEC. This is my second year on LEC. My position as service chair, I'm in charge of coming up with projects for fellowships, which include Ordeal projects and Brotherhood projects. I'm also in charge of helping come up with stuff for Possum Point, which we are currently working on. A fun fact about myself is that I like to play soccer.
Hey guys, I'm Benjamin Kennedy, and my position on the LEC is Vigil Honor Chairman. My job is to plan and regulate Vigil meetings to find future Vigil members.
Hi, I'm Jarrett Knighty. I go by 26, and this is my second year on the LEC. My current position is the Brotherhood Chairman. My job is to find volunteers to do Brotherhood questioning, to take the candidates on their Brotherhood walk, and to be an active voting member on the LEC. And a fun fact about me is that I'm on the ceremonies team.
Hi, my name is Chris Renfro. This is my first year on the LEC. and I am serving as the Elingamat chairman. My job as the Elingamat chairman is to recruit Elingamats for Fall Fellowship and Spring Fellowship, and I also have to hold a Elingamat training every year. A fun fact about myself is that...
Awesome!
Awesome! A fun fact about myself is that I like sushi.
A major part of every winter banquet is the ceremony. So we have our amazing ceremonies team comes on and they put on a great ceremony every year. So we had some members of the team working really hard this year to put on a ceremony for you guys. So I hope you all enjoy it.
Great chieftain, tell me your fire blazes well.
Brother Nutike, you are welcome. The fire indeed serves with cheerful brightness. Come, warm yourself, and tell me of your long journey.
Not so long a journey, my chief, just very cold. Cold maker's north wind has no mercy on uncovered skin. This promise of this warm fire quickened my pace to get me here.
No, my brother Nutike, it was not this very fire that strengthened you and brought you here among us.
As usual, uncle, your wise words baffle me. If not this fire, what fire does bring me home? Perhaps only my great desire to be here for this great celebration of our Wimachtending.
Our brother has answered his own question, has he not, Brother Mateo?
Is there room for one more at your fire, my brothers?
There is always room for you at this fire, Brother Kitchkanet. Come and get warm.
Kitchener, we are discussing the powerful influence of the fire.
At the moment, fire has been my favorite topic.
My chief, you said I have answered my own question.
The goodness and the strength of the fire, Nutike, does not just lay in a fire blade.
But Mateo, fire warms us and invites us and breaks the darkness for us.
Like all of you, I have enjoyed many camp and council fires, yet still I prefer one very special firelight.
I believe we share a preference, Brother Mateo.
Brothers, the warmth together at this very moment is not just given up by the fire. We are sharing our brotherhood, our coming together once again during this season of cold to strengthen our lasting ties. The warmth of our Wimachtending battles us every day against cold feelings of meaninglessness. In our order, each one of us finds new purpose as we guide and fulfill our vow to selflessly serve others. Tonight, once again, we will mark the distinguished fulfillment of those vows in an honored number of our members.
Uncle, where is your favorite fire?
Stand, my brothers, so that I may show you. My favorite fire is blazing within everyone and all of us. This is where the greatest fire is lit. It is the same fire of brotherhood and service that burns cheerfully in the hearts of everyone present. As strongly as the Father's Spirit desires to dwell deep within all of us, so does the fire of service and cheer live and blaze deep within the heart of each one committed to the obligation. Brother Nutike, you were not brought to this fire for its warmth, but for all of us coming together, we brought the fire.
Too long have I been away from this hallowed fire. For too long has this lodge waited for the message I bear. A message of joy, pride, and honor. Beneath midnight skies of starlight, beside council fires not our own, songs were sung of the abundant deeds done by those in our midst tonight. How often did this heart come near to bursting as I listened to the song makers, who did not cease to recount in their songs deeds that will not be forgotten. Having chose to walk the life path of scouting, these few have demonstrated that they have steeped their hearts in the highest principles of the Order of the Arrow. Wimachtending, Wingalasik, Witahemaway. Before the sun fades today, and before this council fire, we will recognize Makeo Wulantawagan, Wulalawagan Kulamakpin, Nwingi Nakowin, Nagnuda Maluit Giging Squig, Wetoik Takakik, and Nina Winakin, or as you know them, Logan Brown, Benjamin Kennedy, Josiah Kitchen, Tom Osborne, CJ Knuffman, and Doug Gruhl. Though we are filled with joy for you and for all that you have become, we cannot let you leave without a fresh admonishment. You have indeed reached a pinnacle on your trail to manhood. Will you climb higher? No doubt. Yet we charge you, having accepted this high honor, to lead those behind you to follow in your pathways, to aspire to reach the heights that you have attained. If you learn a better pathway, you must share this with those who will look to you to lead them. You all shine before us as brightly as the sun. You have made us very proud. As the songs continue, we will watch as you continue up the trail. May the Life Giver always keep you safe under the shadow of his wing. Go with his peace.
Another part of every winter banquet is the recognition of the Vigil class. And we couldn't do this year. We couldn't bring them in front of you guys and present them with their Vigil plaques. So we tried to do the best we could to replicate that. So here is the 2020 Vigil class.
Hello, my name is Logan Brown, and I am this year's 2020-2021 Vice Chief of Administration for our lodge. Just a little bit about my OA history. I received my ordeal in 2016 at summer camp. I also received my brotherhood in 2018, and just this last year in 2020, I had the great privilege of receiving my Vigil. That's just a little bit about my OA career, but fun fact about me, I play the piano. I really love to be creative musically, and I'm just creative in general with anything I do. I really love being able to express that and have a fun time doing whatever I do. But yeah.
My name is Benjamin Kennedy, and I was part of 2020 Vigil class. I first got called out in the summer of 2016, and then I got my ordeal the spring of 2017. Then later on that year in the fall, I got my brotherhood. My fun fact is that I've been in scouting since a tiger.
Hello, my name is Josiah Kitchen. I was tapped out at Rotary Scout Reservation. The year was 2016. When I received my brotherhood, I believed it was 2017 or 2018. When I was selected for Vigil, it was 2020. The fun fact of me is I like to customize vehicles.
Hello, I'm Tom Osborne. I completed my ordeal in 2014, my brotherhood in 2015, and I just completed my Vigil this last fall. I'm the editor of 2 newspapers in Central Illinois, and I love living history.
Hi, my name is CJ Knuffman. I was selected for ordeal membership in the Mohegan Lodge at summer camp in 1986 at Sauconnock Scout Reservation. Went through my ordeal that fall and my brotherhood spring of 87. And I was honored to be part of the Vigil class of 2020. Fun fact about me, I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Into OA in February of 2017. I did my ordeal in June of 2017. I did my brotherhood in May of 2018. And I was elected to do my Vigil induction on August of 2000 of this year, 2020 that is. I was told to do some fun facts about myself. Well, if you ask my boys and probably most of my scouts, I'm not very fun. So we'll see what I can do here. When people ask what I do for a living, I tell them I'm a professional dust maker. They look at me kind of funny until I tell them I'm a carpenter. I'm kind of used to the funny stares after a while. It's just been a real honor to be a part of OA. I hope I'm able to uphold the high standards of which we are held to, and it's an honor and a privilege to be a member. And I just want to thank you everyone for your support.
Once again, I'd just like to say congratulations to the 2020 Vigil class. And also at Winter Banquet, we have the presentation of the Airman of the Year Awards and the Founders Award. This year, we also have someone earning the Triple Crown Award, which is the first time someone has earned that in our lodge. So congratulations to all the award winners, and here they are.
Next up, I'd like to announce the Airman of the Year Award for 2021. Airman of the Year Award was created as part of the Lodge recognition program by honoring an airman who has given outstanding service to the council, the lodge, his or her chapter, his or her unit, or his or her community. Any airman, adult, and youth may receive this award, but will only receive this award once. I would like to recognize Kyler Peer. Kyler started in scouting with Pac 91 as a Tiger Scout, crossed over into Boy Scouts in 2015. He has held many roles in the troop, worked summer camp, and joined OA in 2018 and has held many roles in OA.
Having been chosen to be the 2020 Airman of the Year means a lot more to me than I will be able to fit in this video. If you would have asked me 2 years ago what I would be doing in the OA or what I'd even be doing in scouting, I probably would have told you I would have quit by now. So when I got tapped out, I wanted to get in OA. All I wanted to do was ceremonies. I didn't care about anything else. Ceremonies is all I really wanted to do. And I did a couple ceremonies, and I sucked at them. And so I was all ready to quit until a friend of mine, Tanner Owens, talked me into working summer camp staff. And so I did that, and it was the greatest experience I've ever had in my life. And so I wanted to get more involved in scouting. I wanted to get more involved in a lodge. So I went to Fall Fellowship, and Garrett McMillan and Logan Brown had both asked me to run for chapter chief. And I said I wasn't going to do it. That wasn't really for me. I was in the middle of being a senior patrol leader for my troop, and I wasn't doing a great job. I was like, guys, I can't do this. I'm not good. But 20 minutes before the election started, they talked me into doing it, and I ran. And I think I did a pretty good job. And it's been one of the biggest learning experiences of my life. It's shaped who I am today. And just starting doing that, I've done so much more with the lodge. I helped to plan Fall Fellowship when we were struggling to get guys to plan. I became the Prio team captain. I'm planning to take a team to Section Conclave this year. For, our lodge's first time competing there in I think 4 or 5 years. I worked to set up the Winter Banquet ceremony this year. So with everything that I've done this past year, I hope that I lived up to the Airman of the Year, and I hope that I can continue to live up to that in the years to come. Thank you, everybody.
Next up would be Sean Renfro. Sean started scouting with Pac 35 as a Tiger Den leader in 2013. 2018, he joined Troop 91 as an assistant scoutmaster as his son crossed over. In 2019, he was called out in OA and accepted the position on the Wopink LEC as an administrative advisor. In 2020, he started Troop 911 and became scoutmaster. Today, he is still serving 911, 91, and the Wopink Lodge as the activity advisor.
Hey guys, my name's Sean Renfro. I'm honored to have been selected for the Wopink Airman of the Year Award for 2020. I was called out for OA in 2019 and completed my ordeal the same year. In 2020, I earned my brotherhood at our inductions weekend. Being a member of Wopink Lodge has been a great part of my scouting career. Besides the friends I have made along the way, one of the things I enjoyed most was working with the Chicago Bears in the NFL to create our 2020 NOAC patches. These patches celebrate the 100 years since the Chicago Bears were located right here in our backyard, originally known as the Decatur Staleys. This will be my second year in Wopink Lodge as a member of the Lodge Executive Committee. I'm currently serving as the Activities Advisor, and I like to help out with the ceremonies team whenever I can. I really enjoy working alongside the youth in the Lodge to keep the tradition of service to others at the forefront of scouting. With the many cancellations we faced in 2020, It was great to see Willow Pink Lodge come together and put on all the events that we had last year. Moving into 2021, I look forward to helping make our lodge events the best that they can be, not to mention getting back out there together with all you guys. This has been a year in scouting that I will never forget. Again, thank you for selecting me as Willow Pink Lodge Airman of the Year.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Next up is the OA Founders Award for 2021.
For he who serves his fellows is, of all his fellows, greatest. These words from the legend spoken by Mateo in the ordeal ceremony best describe the true spirit of the Founders Award. Created by the National Order of the Arrow Committee in 1981, it is designed to memorialize the spirit and lives of the founders of Scouting's National Honor Society, Dr. E. Erner Goodman and Colonel Carroll A. Edson. In 1915, Goodman, 24, and the camp director, along with Edson, also 24, and in charge of the commissary, led 25 members of the camp staff and campers to a secluded part of Treasure Island Scout Camp. There, on a warm July night, the foundation for the Order of the Arrow was created. What Erner Goodman and Carroll Edson established in Philadelphia was a brotherhood based on the values of cheerful service to each Arrowman Scout troop that would spread throughout the nation. But perhaps the most enduring quality of the OA is its ability to bring out the spirit of leadership and service to others in those who have taken the obligation. Shortly after that night on Treasure Island, Dr. Goodman was presented the first Vigil Honor. It was created to recognize those who performed exceptional service to their lodges. For many years, the Vigil Honor was presented to only a few Arrowmen. As the years went by, many more began to receive the award. With that, some lodge and national leaders began to look for a new way to recognize those in their lodges who continued to distinguish themselves. So in 1981, the National Order of the Arrow Committee created a new award. With the passing of Dr. Goodman the previous year, it was named the Founders Award. Designed to memorialize and honor the co-founders of the Order of the Arrow, the award's criteria and presentation were to be unique. The award can be given annually and presented to up to 4 individuals based on lodge size. If the lodge presents more than one Founders Award, one must be given to a youth member under the age of 21. These are the only national requirements. Additional criteria is determined by the lodges themselves. If no one is found to be worthy, the award need not be given. The uniqueness of the Founders Award continues with the presentation. Recipients receive a gold arrow suspended from a solid red ribbon, which is attached to the right front shirt pocket, much like the universal OA symbol. The individual is presented a certificate and also receives a bronze medallion with the likeness of the co-founders on the front and the words, Spirit of Achievement, across the top. On the back, the words of Chingachgook, for he who serves his fellows is, of all his fellows, greatest. The Founders Award. The criteria are simple. Those who best exemplify in their everyday life the true meaning of the OA, including those principles of brotherhood, cheerfulness, and service, given to us by Dr. E. Erner Goodman and Colonel Carroll A. Edson, founders of Scouting's National Honor Society, the Order of the Arrow.
I'd like to recognize 2 young men for their hard effort and dedication to the lodge. Garrett McMillan. Garrett has gone through the Cub Scout program, gone through the BSA program. He's earned every rank possible in the BSA program and earned all of the merit badges possible. And that's a huge accomplishment. He has earned a number of other awards, was called out in OA in 2015, Brotherhood in 2016. He served as a crew leader for the Philmont crew with Lincoln Trails Council. He obviously is earning the being awarded the 2021 Founders Award. He served in multiple positions in the troop, served the venture crew, served on the LEC with multiple positions over the last number of years, and I want to congratulate him for that.
Being a recipient of the Founders Award means a lot to me, truly. I've seen the Founders Award be presented several times at every winter banquet I've been to, even before I was a member when I went with my brother to see the winter banquets. And I always saw the people receiving the Founders Award and thought, that's the person that I want to be. And it truly means a lot to me to be seen by others as somebody who's been here for quite some time trying to help the lodge and being represented for that. It's truly amazing, and I really appreciate everything that everyone does, especially the LEC. It's been a hectic year, but I truly appreciate everyone that's been willing to help me and step up with me whenever we've had last-minute curveballs.
Next up is Blake Girdner. Blake is a Life Scout with Troop 901. He has been on the LEC for 4 years. Was called out in OA in 2016. He has served as a Langamat Chair, Ceremonies Director, and has done a fine job with that, and plans to run for Lodge Chief in the future. He was called out for Vigil 2 years ago, and it was considered one of his greatest honors of his life.
I want to say thank you to everybody on the LEC. A lot of the thank you will go to those who chose me. That means a lot to me. This award truly is something that I've always respected and sought to bring myself to the standard of, and maybe one day even earn. And being tapped out for Vigil and everything in the Order of the Arrow so far has just been so amazing. And I consider the Order of the Arrow the best organization I'm a part of. And it means so much to me. And I want to thank the people who've pushed me to do better over the years, and my friends in the lodge that I've worked so hard with. But most of all, I want to dedicate this award to the hard workers and those people that put in the more work than needed so that things get done faster, smoother, better. It's what helps camp run. It's what helps our lodge events run. It's what helps the BSA run. And those people deserve this award just as much as I do. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys.
Hi, my name is Kel Everts. I'm 17 and a senior in high school. I'm an Eagle Scout in Troop 276 in Marshall, Illinois. I joined Cub Scouts at the age of 6 as a Tiger and earned my Arrow Light when I crossed over to the Boy Scouts. In a few years' time, I passed the ordeal and earned my Brotherhood. I have been to 3 OA High Adventure camps. Each camp has been a unique experience. I cannot tell you everything about the OA camps I've attended, but I hope that you want to take the opportunity to have your own experiences once I've shared some of my memories with you. My first camp was at the Summit in West Virginia. My first big camp hours away from home. I got to go with one of my best friends, Owen. He and I, along with a few other scouts, ventured into the National Forest and found out the true rewards of cheerful service. second OA camp was the Canadian Odyssey, a boundary water canoeing trip on the Canadian side of the border. This trip was filled with a first for me. I got my first passport, I flew commercial for the first time, I crossed over into another country, and I went 175 miles. Which happened to be the longest trek of the season. And I did this all with a great group of scouts which I had never met before. I saw beautiful scenery and a lot of wildlife such as fish, moose, eagles, and I pushed my physical limits and survived Moose Muck Mile. Sea Base was the third OA camp I attended just this past summer. I flew into Miami and took a long shuttle ride to the camp by myself. I had planned on attending Philmont, but unfortunately it was closed due to COVID, which had made Sea Base a sudden change in plans. Living in the state of Illinois, you must travel to experience large bodies of water, which I had not done much of. With encouragement and understanding from fellow scouts that helped me face my fears of the ocean. The OA High Adventure Camps give each scout their own personal experience. You come away from these adventures with not just great memories, but you see your daily life with a new light. We may do some of the same things or do some of the same kind of work, but you leave something within yourself that is your own. I would encourage every scout to attend one, if not all, of the OA camps. My younger brother is headed to the second OA camp this summer. My hope is to go to Philmont. If you have any doubt at all, just know that the program will provide.
Hey guys, here I am again. I wanted to talk real quick about the silent auction. So if you've ever been to a winter banquet, you know that every year we have a silent auction in the back. Well, we're not in person this year, so we can't do that as easily. But online, if you go to wowapink21.givesmart.com, you can find over 75 items that members of the lodge have donated that you can bid on. We have things like an awesome custom knife. We have some patches on there. We have a custom sash holder. There's plenty of great things that you can find on there. And if you also go to Gateway Traders, You can find some amazing things like a patch design and with a fancy totem pole on there that you'll be able to collect throughout the year, as well as a mask. It's one of those neck gaiter things that you see people wearing around their neck that covers their face. It's black and it's got wool pink possums all over it. So if you want to go to either of those websites to support the lodge and get some cool items, it's woolpink21.givesmart.com for the auction and Gateway Traders for the patch and the neck gaiter. I hope you guys like what you see.
"2020 was the worst year of my life." If you haven't heard somebody say that, you're likely lying to yourself. Whether it was yourself, your family and friends, or just someone you saw on the internet, somebody has been talking about how terrible this past year was. Which, in most regards, there were several terrible things that have happened over the course of this past year. But today, I'm not talking to you about the terrible things that have happened this past year. I'm here to talk to you about the great things that our lodge has done over the course of this past year. In January, we started with our winter banquet at Yoder's Kitchen, in which we had an exceptional dinner, and we will likely go there again in the future, depending how the restrictions hold up. In the spring, we had our annual Merit Badge Fair, and that was likely the last event that most of you saw us at. Spring Fellowship and Summer Camp were both canceled, but that didn't stop us. We had multiple unit elections for being inducted, and then we had an induction event in the summer. We inducted several new Ordeal members and had quite a few Ordeal members convert to Brotherhood. Soon after that, in the fall, we had our Fall Fellowship, where we had a one-day event for participants, whether it be on Saturday or Sunday, where you could come and play games and have fellowship with a small group. Our lodge, as well as the rest of the lodges in GSLAC, have actually done an exceptional job this year. Nationally, the Order of the Arrow is struggling, and so are most of the lodges, but each of our lodges and our council are thriving this year, and we've been able to have events. We've been able to induct new members. And going into 2021, I know that our lodge is going to hold up, as well as all the lodges in our council. Thank you.
Greetings, brothers. I want to thank Kyler Peer and Sean Renfro for their hard work in putting together a very successful virtual winter banquet. We are headed into another exciting year. 2020 was a challenging year to say the least. Two major things to keep in mind going forward are youth involvement and volunteer service. I want to congratulate Garrett McMillan for being selected as Lodge Chief for a second term. He did a great job in 2020, as no other Lodge Chief has had to navigate a year like that before. His leadership and dedication have proven very valuable to the Lodge. Congratulations to all the newest Ordeal, Brotherhood, and Vigil members. We hope to see you and a lot more of you at our upcoming events. Unit elections have started, and elections provide chapters with a good opportunity to develop chapter involvement and enthusiasm. Please reach out to your chapter chiefs, Will Newton and Thomas Smith, to get your elections scheduled. A reflection on the year of 2020. Wow, we never saw that coming. The members of Woolpink Lodge have endured many challenges throughout 2020 and have proven that even with some difficulties and a pandemic to boot, we can still manage to pull off most of our events and service to our communities. As always, Our lodge continues its journey to excellence by improving our program, membership, and funding. This is only possible where we're able to stand firmly on solid foundation our brothers before us have provided through their unselfish dedication, hard work, and cheerful spirit. Our future is bright. Because of this legacy, I look forward to working with each one of you to ensure and build a lasting legacy for the next generations of our brothers to come. Be sure to volunteer to help at one of the upcoming events. Your service is greatly needed. Yours in brotherhood, Greg Rao.
I wanted to wrap this up with one final speech. So we just did a reflection on 2020, so here's a little look into 2021. Obviously 2020 wasn't the year we all thought it was going to be, but that doesn't mean that 2021 can't be better. Sure, things kind of look bleak right now, but you know, things are starting to come a ways, and we got to take baby steps, and we got to take it where we can. And you know, any bit of progress, we'll take it and we'll run with it. Us over the LEC, we promise that we're going to work our hardest to make sure we have some in-person events this year. We're going to do our best to make sure that the fellowships are in person and that we get to have a Possum Palooza. And I guarantee to you guys that if we do have a Possum Palooza, it's going to be one of the best that the lodge has ever seen. And before we end things, I wanted to give a special thank you to CJ Smith. CJ was a previous lodge chief. He's a very tech-savvy guy, and he worked to edit and put all the videos that you see today together. So this would not have been possible without CJ. Thank you, CJ. And normally we end Winter Banquet by joining together and singing the lodge song. And so we can't do that today. So we wanted to keep some lodge spirit involved with this next clip. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.